and Flick,
and welcome to the Student Lounge. Today we will be discussing all things related to MTCC college productions. We'll be interviewing former student Kaelan about his experiences in previous college productions. We will also be interviewing our head of arts, Mr. Tudor, about his processes when planning for and directing our productions, including our upcoming production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child at Mandurah Performing Arts Centre.
Hey,
Hello.
how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
So we have a few questions for you today. Mind answering them? Like, what roles have you played in productions at Mother Teresa?
At Mother Teresa, my first role back when we were still at Kaelan, I was Vlad Vladikov in Seussical Junior, the musical. And then we had The Wizard of Oz. I was the Guard of Oz and I was a crow. And then we did The Tempest, which was here at school. I was Ferdinand. And then we rounded it off with Sebastian in The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, so some pretty big roles there.
Some big ones, yeah.
What's it like being in an MTCC production?
It's really cool. It's really cool and it feels really professional. Like, it's so great as a student because I've gone out and done a couple more community theatre ones and the school ones are on par, if not more professional even sometimes. Like, it's a very, very cool experience and environment to get to do while you're in high school.
That makes sense. So, like, how would you prepare for the roles?
I took a lot of what Mr. Tudor taught me to heart, and so I'll read a script first just for enjoyment, and then I'll read it again and go through all of my lines, and then there's a lot of reading it, trying out different voices on the lines, actioning it, figuring out how I want the intentions, posture, and then a lot of when I'm acting alongside other people, so it's just sort of finding it through rehearsal and then finding an idea and go, oh, I like that, I'm going to keep that next time.
Yeah.
What was your biggest takeaway from doing an MTC production?
My biggest takeaway, probably actioning the scripts, because that is, it's a fun thing to do, but it also just helps you get that much more inside a character's head, and that's something that out of everything I learned in class and during productions is something I still try and do when I get given a script.
So, like, how has being in college productions, like, helped your pathway after graduation, like, more specifically?
Well, I actually didn't do any acting, musical theatre, singing, anything until getting to high school, so it sort of sparked it for me, which was really cool, because now I am studying musical theatre singing at WAPA at a university level, so it sort of sparked it for me, which was that's what it did for me. Yeah.
What do you miss about being a part of the MTCC productions?
What do I miss about it? I suppose I miss all the people, especially in my year group. Like, I haven't gotten to catch up with, in an acting sense, many of the people since, and they're very special memories. Like bumping Manpack and being able to unpack it and set it up. Yeah, I miss the community of it. It's a very, like, they're very professional shows that the school puts on, but they're also just such a great thing to be a part of socially.
Yeah. So, like, is there anything you'd like to add, like, from your own experience and, like, time at the college?
Something I'd like to add from my own experience. Just that, I don't know, if there's anyone watching this or listening to it, umming and ahhing about the productions, unless you're 100%, it's not for you, give it a go, because it is such a fun experience, even if you just do one, and there's such good friends that you'll make, and there's such valuable skills, and it's just a good time all around. So give it a go.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here today, Kaelan.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Mr. Tudor. How are you doing?
I'm good, Flick. How are you?
Good, thanks. I'm great.
Yeah, pretty good. So what is the best part about planning for a college production?
Oh, the best part about planning for a college production. Um, I think for me, there's lots of different milestones along the way. There's obviously the audition day, that is a exciting day to plan for. Um, there's also the first read through is an exciting day when the full cast come together and get to read through the entire production, and then I think bump in is probably the best day because we get to move into the venue and get to see the set for the first time, and it's when all the different departments start pulling together to finally see, I guess, something that's existed in my brain for maybe a year in real life. So there's a few milestones along the way that are exciting.
What does the planning process look for you as you start to pick the production?
So when I start to pick the production or when we've chosen a production?
When you start to pick the production?
Okay, so um, the planning process for a production takes about a year. And then probably before that, it's 6 months of deciding on a script. So Harry Potter's a bit unique. It's the off year of our musical. We don't normally do a college production this year. However, we were provided with an opportunity to be one of the first schools in Australia to actually produce Harry Potter. And so I presented that to college leadership, and they agreed that it would be a great opportunity if we did get the rights to be able to produce this production. So the process is 6 months before students find out what we're doing, and there is a bit of a list that I have of productions that exists, and depending on our cohorts that we have at school, depends on what production we might do. Because obviously, if we can't cast the show, then there's no point putting on that production. So, yeah.
So it's a very extensive process then.
Yes, it's at least about 18 months of organisation.
So what happens on the week of production?
So production week, when we start to move into the venue, we start off with the Monday we bump in. So bump in is a term that we use in theatre where basically means we're bringing loading in. Sometimes we call it load in as well, where the truck will bump into the theatre. We unload the truck and with the set and costumes and props, and we set up home for the week in the venue, and then we start to go through the next couple of days. We engage in technical rehearsals, and then after the tech rehearsals, they start to progress into dress rehearsals, and then we open to the audience, which is an external audience, not just families from the school. It's open to the general public as well.
What goes through your mind on opening night? Do you enjoy it? Are you stressing out?
It's a good question, Flick. It is mixed emotions. It's a lot of adrenaline because, like the performers, there's that rush of adrenaline that goes through you. So when you're directing, you are in the mind of the audience all the time, but you're also in the mind of the performers. And so I get to have that dual relationship where I feel like at times I'm a performer, but I'm also the audience. And so I sit there and I know the show so well, like the performers. I have to learn to switch off because I'm sitting in the audience around the general public, and I don't want to distract from the performance. So I do sit there and I try to enjoy it. And if anything goes wrong, I guess it's just live theatre and that's part of it. But I think it's mixed emotions. It's butterflies for the performers. But it is like seeing your baby on stage. And so it is quite precious and quite special. But it's enjoyable as well. I enjoy watching it as an audience member.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And especially with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child becoming our upcoming production in a week now. Like, what can the audience expect to see from it?
So each year, I think our productions grow and evolve, and this is very different. We haven't done a production that is just a play. The past college productions have been a musical. So this is, although it's a play, it still has been a lot of work. And I think I would argue it's been more work than a musical. Because with a musical, we sort of have a blueprint in terms of our rehearsal schedule. Generally, what will happen in a musical is we will have the songs being learnt first. And so we have vocal rehearsals. And then that leads into choreography and dance rehearsals. And then that generally leads into the scenes and acting. But with this production, it is a play, so it doesn't have anyone singing. However, there's lots of music. And so what we've had to try and, I guess, encounter is lots of movement that is to music. And so that has been another part of the beast, I guess. And so it is a spectacle. It's a very big show. It's more than just a play. And I think what audiences will expect to see is if they don't know anything about Harry Potter, they will enjoy this production just for what it is, because it is a standalone from the separate books. However, if you're a Harry Potter fan, then I think there are some little Easter eggs in the production that people will enjoy. Yeah. But it is a big spectacle, and I think a couple of weeks ago we had some photos taken of the cast, and I stood there for the first time and I was like, wow, is this a school production or is this Broadway? Because they looked so professional in their costumes and wigs. So I think people are going to be wowed by the production quality of the show.
Yeah, so are you quite excited for it to...
Always excited. Nervous, but excited. Yeah.
Always the best feelings.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just, Friday's show is sold out. We've got no tickets left. And Thursday's slowly filling. So hopefully people will start to book some tickets for Thursday and fill it out, because I think the cast really deserve to have 2 sold out shows. That would be absolutely amazing.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes, entirely. It's very exciting to see it all come together.
How do you two feel? You're both cast members. What's been your most favourite experience of the rehearsal process?
Oh, honestly, I love all the prop making and everything, because like in my study periods, it has just been so fun to be a part of that process altogether, and help design the banners as well.
Yeah.
Has definitely been one of the highlights for me.
Yeah.
And watching it slowly all come together from the first rehearsal to now is like all our hard work has just paid off, and you can see it.
It's when you can see it.
Yeah.
Like at the start when we're rehearsing, it's so just like, are we going to get there?
Exactly.
And then when it starts to pull together, it's like, oh wow,
I'd say, as being a part of the ensemble, my favorite part is like slowly accumulating roles, because with each scene and different role that I get to talk to different people, and we get to discuss it and we get to put it together.
Yeah. And I think you touch on something that I love. I love seeing cross-year relationships and friendships form because of the production. I think that's such a great byproduct of the production that I think is amazing. So
it's very special, bringing us all together as a school community.
Yeah,
it's great.
Definitely.
Yeah, I completely agree. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
A big thanks to Mr. Tudor and to Kaelan for their time and being a part of our college podcast, and for their insights into our college productions. Tune in next time for another exciting episode of The Student Lounge.